TV, Brez.
Big game. It's going to hang out down there.
Yeah, a small TV.
Let me see that on a wide shot. Yeah, that's it. Dave, our director, knew what to do. Hey, just stay down there for a while, guys.
It's a small TV.
18 points and 15 assists for LeBron James. He's speaking with the media. Good job, guys.
They made a couple big shots. We had a couple turnovers, and they got a couple stops, you know, when the game was going back and forth. So allowed them to kind of, you know, take that, you know, back and forth thing, and they kind of took control like in the last, 3 minutes.
And what proved to be the biggest challenge going against their small ball game?
You just got to fly around. You got to communicate. James is going to create a lot of eyes on him because of what he's doing this year as far as scoring the basketball. But Russ, definitely did what Russ is capable of doing, and we've seen it a lot throughout his career. He was wonderful tonight.
Your first look at Covington on that team, and he was guarding you a few times. What did you think they looked like with him on the team?
As expected. He was brought in to create space, knock down open shots, and guard some of the perimeter offensive players on the other end.
Is it frustrating to lose when you guys do hold James to sort of a substandard night?
No, you can't look at it like that because we're all NBA players. That means absolutely nothing. It's not frustrating. We want to continue to get better. We don't like to lose, especially on our home building, but nothing frustrating about our effort.
Small ball in doses is nothing new, and your Miami Heat teams were part of the initial wave of popularizing it around the league. But to see it, a franchise commit so much to it, just your opinion as a basketball watcher or basketball mind, what's your?
And that was before us. It was before us. Don Nelson did it a lot in Golden State when they was going with like Baron Davis and Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson and Jay Rich and all those guys. They, that first round series when they beat the #1 seed Dallas, they were playing small ball, so it didn't start with us. They helped popularize it. I know we always want to talk about the big three and how we kind of made the big three popular. There's a lot of things happened before us. So, but that's what Houston is doing, and it looked good for them tonight for sure.
Can you talk about the defense against the smaller lineup?
What do
you guys' defense?
Well, I mean, it's tough because you have to. Control, Russ' ability to get into the paint, which he did a lot tonight, but also be able to control their perimeter shooting. And we didn't do a very good job of both. We allowed Russ to get into the interior a lot, and then we gave them 19 threes as well. So you can't give up both.
Part of the idea of using a lineup like this is taking advantage of Russ's speed. Everybody can move quickly. At 31 years old, is he still just as fast as he was when you started playing him at 20 or however old he came?
Yeah, and smarter. That's what it's all about. As we continue to get older in our age in this game, but we continue to get smarter. And Russ is just a much more complete basketball player right now. And his ability to use his speed, use his strength, but also do things, with his brain, helps out a lot.
When he's going off like that, does it affect your guys' flow on the other side offensively?
No, because he was going off all night. We still had pretty good flow. We just, I had a bad late turnover. AD got his shot blocked in the post, and, they was able to capitalize off of that. But we had pretty good flow offensively still.
Last two questions, please.
LeBron, with earlier today with doing the draft again, when you have the option picking so many different all-stars, what's your thought process of what you're looking for?
You kind of go for best available, but also who will fit the mold of your team and how you want to play. So that's what it boiled down to.
LeBron, you've said that you like this group the way it is. Obviously, no moves at the trade deadline. Garen Collison was at the game tonight, sitting next to Jeannie. He's been linked to this team. Is that a move, an addition that you think would help this group?
I don't know. I don't like talking fantasy basketball. I've never been one to talk fantasy basketball. We'll see what happens, but I don't really have too much to comment on that. Appreciate it.
More to come on Access. LeBron delivered this highlight on the break tonight at Staples. We'll have more from inside the Laker locker room coming up next. Appreciate it.
Access Sportsnet Lakers is brought to you in part by El Pollo Loco. don't settle for just half.
And the cast and crew come together, there's an energy in the air. The beating heart of Tinseltown, it's the Lakers. And they've got their sights set on creating the greatest story ever told. The stage is set. The 2019-2020 Los Angeles Lakers on Spectrum Sportsnet.
Welcome back. Time for a look at the helpful Honda assist of the game. LBJ finding AD for the alley-oop. Good for one of Bron's 15 assists on the night, but it wasn't enough. Rockets win 121-111.
Good execution.
They're good for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those a game.
Yeah, they missed that tonight.
High percentage.
High percentage.
It helps. Thought they were going to roll at that point, and then it kind of went the other way.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
KCP scored 4 points off the bench. He missed all 4 of his threes. He's now speaking with Mike in the locker room.
Hey, Contavious, what's the biggest factor in the way they were able to make you guys change your lineups a little bit, go smaller, and then how did that have an impact on the game?
I just think we shouldn't have went small, but it was, it's coach's decision. I feel like that's the game that they wanted us to play. I feel like play small ball where they had the advantage. I feel like
when they're spread out that far, even whether you're big or small, what's the challenge? How different is that from like a team that just plays with a stretch 5, for example?
It's just hard when you been rotating a lot throughout the whole game. They're going to eventually find the open guy. I feel like they had us scrambling a lot the whole game.
I know the scouting report for most teams all year has been to let Russ shoot more of those shots as opposed to giving up those looks to James. So you hold James to 3 for 10, but Russ just happened to be hitting a lot of his shots tonight. Is that something you give him credit for?
That was the game plan. Try to get the ball out of James Harden's hand as much as possible. We did that, and other guys stepped up like WestBrook. Covington hit some big shots. I think they just, once the ball was out of James Harden's hand, I think the other guys just made plays tonight.
How are you guys feeling just generally energy-wise at this point of the season? All-Star break is approaching. You put a lot of effort in this far.
We started off pretty, going strong, the season. And our mindset, for us, we want to continue to do that. We want to finish these last games out, going into the break, with a winning record. Pretty much.
A lot of activity around the association today. Some of the notable trades: Andrew Wiggins, D'Angelo Russell swapping teams. Robert Covington, we saw tonight as the Rockets sent Clint Capella to the Hawks. Clippers got Marcus Morris from the Knicks. Heat get Andre Iguodala from the Grizzlies. And the Cavs, Andre Drummond from the Pistons. Yeah, no one even cared about that one. Trade deadline reactions. Morris to the Clippers. That's kind of the big one, I think, that everyone was talking about. Lakers were reported to be in the same, in the hunt for him as well. A great trade for the Clippers. Lakers, it was just a little too much, everyone thinks, right? Big game, James? You talking Danny Green and Kuz?
Can't have Danny Green and Kuz, but that's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But anybody would like Morris. He's a true veteran, knows how to play, always steps up, has a little grit to him. A little tough side, doesn't back down.
He's got some dog in him.
And would make it, a great addition to any team. So Clippers picking him up was a good pickup, no doubt.
Yeah, and he's important for them because if Paul George doesn't play, you insert Marcus Morris into the lineup, he can score up to 20 points. He was doing all season for a not very good team, the New York Knicks. Same thing if Kawhi doesn't feel like playing. He's just a nice guy. You can slide right in that starting lineup, and he'll get points for you, and he'll be tough defensively, too.
That's what I think when you look at him from the defensive standpoint. Who we know spearheads the offense, especially for the Lakers, is LeBron, and the amount of guys that they can now defensively throw at LeBron James. Marcus Morris just adds that toughness on that end of the floor.
What's the latest with Collison? He was at the game.
Yeah, no one really commenting on it.
They asked him. He said, "I just had really good seats, and I just came to watch the game."
Yeah, it's you have a feeling it's a little bit more than that. Maybe a little bit of a whining and dining situation, but he would help. I'll tell you what, that 41% from three-point range last season in Indiana, the Lakers could definitely use that in particular tonight.
Small
throughout
ball
the rest of the season. Small ball too. Very good in the pick and roll. very, very happy.